Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone who is actually trading on SMF Street. SMF Street traders are learning about IFN Indian Fund, and basically it's been outperforming the US as far as I'm concerned. We've had a great trend right here off of these bottoms, and we'll highlight that just a little bit. Yes, IFN did go down in 2008, but let's take a look at the 09 and going into the 010 pattern so that we're clearly aware of what it is. They have a good, they do a lot of productivity and manufacturing over in India. They've got various different parts of their economy. The difference is that the Chinese economy is on fire as well. And there's actually going to be a war. Well, who's going to grow faster? Is it going to be India or is it going to be China? And really, Chinese salaries are going to go up higher in China. And the thing about it is the level of different types of sectors that they produce in, technology, software. They even produce metals, productivity over there. Their government is working on letting new investors in India, traders on their exchanges. That's another big deal about India, is opening up and creating a lot more opportunities in the India stock market exchange in itself. There's a lot of things on the table about that right now. That's another thing exciting about some of these ETFs. And we're not just going to cover one today, we're also going to cover the EPI and the PIN, I also believe. And this is a weekly chart. We have a weekly buy signal. I already showed how we came up off the bottoms, but the nice thing of it is, look at the length of the weekly consolidation throughout 2009 right here. Then when we got to 2010, we continued to come down, go up. We made the higher highs in here. We came back down and tested that major support level back there in 09, right across here, this area. See how that support was right there, SMF Street traders? Nice, huh? Then we had the ascending weekly breakout. So let's take a look at the 2010 trend, which is right here. It's set up to do as always. You got weekly bullish crossovers, the 20-week, the 50-week is pointing up. You've held that long-term multi-year support level at price actions. When they pull back, it's been making highs. Higher highs all year, actually. The 200 week is up here at about 36 and a quarter. We'll be looking at this area right here. You can also take a look, and that's this area right there. I'll just put that price, 36.03. How's that? Now, another thing we're going to take a look at is the length of where the last part of this ascending weekly breakout base started to happen. And you can see right across those lows were higher than over here. You can see narrow range weak, but here was the key. You had a gap up right across there, right here. So when I draw a trend line at that gap, that's right there. That's called a weekly gap up, and it held price. That's bullish. And the previous week was narrow range, little distribution week, but this last week, this last Friday, that whole week, Monday through Friday, price action made the higher highs, which is nice. Another thing is that people who want to get involved in live analysis during what this during the day, you can sign up, take a free 5-day trial. If you want to learn how to use diversification and risk management, we use many ETFs, many around the world. We can short the US market, we can go long other parts of the country. We got lots of worldwide ETFs that SMF uses in diversification. So the diversification is the risk management, buy the strength and sell the weakness. Short. So basically it's ascending. We've got a bullish setup. It looks nice. We look to buy on pullbacks. That's the upper end right below. That's going to be a challenge up there at the 200 week. You got weekly buy signals. We need to see that increase. And then if we do retest these moving averages at 31.45, that's fine, or 31.59. We come down, we hit it, then we bounce. We'll see what the outside week, the coming up week, starting tomorrow, Monday, how we build and we break higher. And we'll go net long. Very nice. And the name of it again is the Indian Federated Inc. Fund. I do have a quick snapshot that I will show everyone. This is the monthly trend, and I'll show it quickly. Is that this is the 2010 trend. You can see it clearly. You can see from the monthly lows of 27 on up to 33, that it goes up, it pulls back, but you can see that the uptrend has really been outperforming a lot of other movements. So for a period of time, had you had this in your risk management portfolio for a period of time, and it was just one entity that you had that was going to perform, then you'd have a very, very good solid ground, solid footing, and you know, it's a good way to run big dollar portfolios, and you could even do it with little ones too. These were the monthly support and resistance lines. Monthly breakout, you can see that monthly consolidation. That's a long-term monthly consolidation, followed with the breakout, with the test. Those 10-month moving average, these daily moving averages have been rising the whole time. Okay? These are the daily moving averages right here. The monthly chart is right behind it. I'll show that snapshot again of it. The daily moving averages have been climbing. You can see where you get daily breakouts. You can see where that daily support was broke. You can see how resistance levels. You can see price action. You can see that big move up. We're getting a little bit overbought. So the thing about it is we'll start looking at where the weekly percent DS is, or, you know, where the pullback would be. I'd like to see it pull back in here on a daily chart. This would be a good pullback right there. We'll look at pullbacks in here, SMF Street Traders, because it's a little overbought. It got extended here in that rising wedge type deal. So basically what we'll do is we'll also take a trend line. We'll take it right off of these last burners over here, and I will take that right through there. That's coming off of that low that made those highs there. This diagonal line is going to come, and it matches perfect. You can see where the breakdowns were. You can see where the resistances were here. You can see we've gotten above it into this apex. One thing is going to happen. Either you're going to pull back or you're going to break out of there. It's either going to be one of the two. And this is a daily chart. Okay? Once again, I recap the weekly and basically the daily. That's what it's about. As I said, the monthly chart here has an ascending breakout right here. So let's take a look at the year 210. And the thing I like about it is that 90-day breakout. And the beautiful thing about this kind of thing, I can show you very clearly, SMF Street Traders, is that on a monthly level, you're breaking monthly highs. So let's keep that in perspective. What I like is how each monthly low was at the previous month's high and or gapped up. But the most thing I like is how the price action holds here. I like how the price action holds at the lows and goes up and keeps that going. So that's 3 months up. Let's take a look at the monthly overbought, and we're at 87.07. So we went from 80.92. So we're going to be looking at a continuation and or where a pullback would be. The monthly moving averages are all right down here. This is where a good pullback would be. We would like to see that and get entries there, and or it holds half of that monthly bar, and that's right around 3106. So we'll monitor the IFN very carefully.